Today we are back on my favourite football game, eFootball. No, I'm just joking. It's not my favourite football game, but they've got a new update. It's eFootball 2025 now. This is the new yearly update, I guess. Apparently there's some new things. I'll take a look at a few things, but don't expect too much here today. Anyway, let's see how eFootball is going. Make sure you subscribe because there's a lot of FC25 content still to come. At the moment, there's server maintenance, but that's okay. We're not playing online today anyway. During maintenance, you can still play the exhibition mode, and you can also do the training mode and general settings there. Let's go into exhibition mode because apparently they've added some new things. The first thing you're going to notice is that all the teams are now available in this offline exhibition mode. How long have we waited? It was like 3 years. It took Konami 3 years to finally put all the clubs in the exhibition mode. Wow, I'm so excited. Thank you, Konami. Now you can play with all these unlicensed teams: Manchester B, Leicester B, Everton B, Crystal Palace B, and you can enjoy their fake kits and crests as well. There's no edit mode in this, of course. They also have the English second division. There's also the French league. Spanish league is there as well. And then there's also the national teams. Look how many national teams we have now. So this is basically all the clubs and teams from the training mode finally put into exhibition mode, which is what I've been complaining about for the last 3 years. Even the South American clubs are all there now. You've got the Brazilian league. There's also the Argentine league and national teams as well. I do think eFootball has more national teams than FC24 or 25 now. In America, you can do the MLS, but it's pretty generic. And then there's also the USL Championship. And then we've got the Mexican League. And then there's others as well. So San Diego. And there's also national teams for that region. Asia Oceania has a few leagues like the Korean League, the J League as well. We've got other teams as well here. So it looks like we've got the fake Sydney FC, Sydney BB. Then there's the AFC Champions League. And Konami does hold that license. EA can't really touch it. And that brings in, clubs like Al Nassr and also the licensed Melbourne City team. And then we've got the AFC Asian Cup, which is the national AFC license, which means you're going to get a lot of national teams from that AFC region. EA doesn't really have these kinds of national teams in the game. Then there's also another national team section where you have more national teams to choose from. Now, if we press the square, it says official tournament settings. When turned on, certain match settings will be disabled. I might leave that off. I don't know if that's even new. There's also some African national teams that you can play with as well. So thank you, Konami. It took you about 3 years, but finally we've improved the exhibition mode team selection. Let's dive into some settings here. So in terms of stadiums, I believe there's some new stadiums. I think there's only two. The Rose Park Stadium, which I think is a generic Konami ground, and also the Coliseo de los Deportes. Probably said it wrong, but this is another generic stadium. I think it was in like PES 20 from what I saw online anyway. Then there's also Sports Park. I don't know if that's new, but that's what it looks like there. They've called the Camp Nou Stadium the historic Camp Nou because I think it's getting renovated. And this game also has the Allianz Arena, which will not be in FC25 by the looks of it. And then there's also the San Siro, which will not be in FC25. And then there's also the Stadio Olimpico, which is not in the game as well. So eFootball does have a couple stadiums. Seasons, there's only summer and winter. Spring and autumn do not exist in this game. The length of the grass you can change, and also the pitch conditions can be changed as well. That's your stadium settings. Let's go to the game settings because I think they've finally done it. They've finally unlocked all the difficulties. Wow, thank you, Konami. 3 years later, you finally found the code that unlocks all the difficulties for us. Now you can play beginner, amateur, regular, professional, top player, superstar, or legend. Let's go to regulation now because they've also done it. They've finally unlocked all the minutes that you can play with now. 3 long years we had to wait for this feature. Thank you, Konami. Now you can go all the way up to 30 minutes if you really love playing this game. I think this is new as well. You can also change the ball now in the kickoff mode. According to Konami, you can get a free Lionel Messi. Get ready for the new season and claim your free Messi by completing the tutorial. I guess that's something to keep in mind. Konami was so excited to announce that a fan favorite control, the finesse dribble, is one of 2 new gameplay features in eFootball 2025. With improved usability, you will now have even more options to enjoy the tactical battles between offense and defense. So you have to hold L2 and sort of move your analog stick very slightly in different directions. Now let's do some skill moves. I think the dribbling's a little bit broken in this game. You've got the foot going through the ball as the player dribbles. We've got Mbappe doing a nice step over. Mate, the foot wasn't even going over the ball. His foot literally went through the ball instead of going over it. And it looks like he didn't even do it properly. They've made Mbappe look like a Sunday League footballer. Look at this animation here. The ball goes through the foot. And then he does some sort of step over again. And then look how his foot recovers from that step over skill move. Look at this. His foot literally slides through the ball. and does another step over. So I think this system is a little bit dodgy, a little bit broken. The second new gameplay feature is improvements to physical contact stat. In a heated situation where there is physical contact between the attacker and the defender, the player with the higher physical contact stat will have an advantage. So it looks like the squads might not have been updated yet entirely. I'm looking for Mbappe here at Real Madrid, but he doesn't appear to be in the lineup at the moment. Maybe once the servers go online, we'll be able to see the latest transfers applied. But anyway, we're going to do Real Madrid versus Barcelona at the new camp. Alright, so here we go. The graphics, of course, once again, have not really been updated. They don't really look that nice, you know. This game definitely is catering to the mobile audience as well, because they could go really hard on the graphics on these next-gen consoles, but they choose not to. I remember when this game first came out though, what a comedy show this was, man. It was the most broken game. I think it got the lowest ever review score, but because it was so broken, it was so fun as well, because you would see stuff you would never see in a football game. Let's have a hit with Valverde, good shot. Of course, there's no Master League or Edit Mode in this update once again. We might have to wait another year for that. But I do have some news on the Master League, so listen closely. Apparently, the Master League was done last year. They've completed it, but they weren't happy with the final product, so they've decided to delay it. But of course, if you bring in a Master League, you definitely need the edit mode as well. With the old PES games, they had the option files which cleaned all that up, and they would need that again in eFootball. Let's just whip it in once again here. Toni Kroos, he's still playing. He's actually retired now, so yeah, the transfers haven't been updated. But Bellingham actually scored. Imagine if there was no eFootball and we were getting PES 2025 right now. Imagine what that game would have been like on the next-gen consoles. I think it would have been a good game. Master League would have been nice as well, I reckon. But those days are over. I think a lot of people are starting to miss the old PES games now. This product is not designed for offline people anymore. They're making too much money with the mobile people, the online people, and that's the market now for this game. The mobile game for this is actually very popular. I think there's over like 700 million downloads or something, so that's a huge market for Konami, and they know that. They've realized that they can make a killing just pumping out the mobile content and the online content on the consoles here. Lopez. Cancelo could score, and we block it. Oh, wow. How did that not go in? Cancelo was through on goal. He took the shot. It beat the keeper, but we blocked it with Mendy's down under region. I hope that did not hurt, but he did take a little bit of a cop to the down under region right there. I don't know why there was two Barca players that could not respond to that deflection there. Look at that. Lewandowski's in another world. He runs straight past the ball. Couldn't even stick a leg out or something. I don't know what Lamine Yamal was looking at, but the ball went straight past him. So of course this gameplay has dodgy elements. So if you weren't playing this game before, you probably will not be playing this game after this update. There's really not much gameplay innovation or new features, no graphics updates as well. I hope you did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you leave a like and remember to subscribe and hit the thumbnail in the middle to watch another FC25 video.